Hey guys, welcome to the channel. So I really wasn't planning on doing this video at all. I wasn't planning on having pickups for April. I went to the Midwest Video Game Classic at the beginning of the month. Technically the first weekend, which already feels like super long time ago. But I got so much stuff there, I really wasn't planning on picking up anything else. However, that changed very quickly. I think it's borderline addiction now, me like hunting video games and just like the high I get when I like find something and like go get it. So anyways, yeah, I picked up a lot of cool stuff for the rest of the month that I shouldn't have spent money on, but I'm going to show you guys what I got. So I hope you enjoy. First thing, I did go to Half Price Books. I actually think I went there before I went to the video game convention. I'm not sure. It was sometime right around then, but I did find this. It was like $4, but it's a Pokemon Essential Handbook. I think it's probably old, but I don't know the Pokemon that well. I've only played a couple of games, but I started getting into Pokemon Go with my kids, like just going around, walking around town. It's just got super addictive. So I saw this. I thought they'd get a kick out of it. They looked at it for like 2 seconds because it's not an electronic. They lost interest, but whatever. I picked it up. And then the only other non like actual video game thing I got is I got this guy. So cute. This is a Moogle from Final Fantasy. This is probably like my favorite. Like, I don't even know, is he considered a mascot? I'm not sure, but this was from Ami Ami. I paid more for shipping than I did for the stuffed animal, but that's fine. That's what you expect if you order from Japan, I guess. But super cool. He's like from one of my favorite ads ever. Way back when there was like actual video game magazines. If I can find it, I'll post it in here. If not, it was just an awesome ad, and I always loved the characters from that time. So yeah, super cute, cute little plushie. He's just gonna go on a chair with all the other plushies I have, but whatever. It was cool. I was glad I picked him up. Okay, so I pretty much think that Goodwill is dead in terms of like finding anything like super special or like, you know, like a really good get, like anything like that. I think they ship everything off to their online store. Is it just Goodwill Finds? Is that the name of the online store? I don't know. I refuse to buy from them online just out of principle. I don't like the idea of them like taking that away from people going out and enjoying the hunt for stuff they're getting for free. That bothers me. If they charged more in the store, I guess I'd be okay with that. But I just think it's really sleazy that they're trying to milk as much out of it as possible for something they're getting for nothing. Morally, I just don't like it. So I'm not going to go to the website, but I do go in the store. I only went twice this whole month. And I'm not expecting to find anything great. But if I can start out to fill out some of the stuff, especially for PS2, because I am eventually going for that complete collection. So I actually found a couple games. This is it for all of Goodwill for the whole month. But the only Xbox game I got at all for any Xbox system is NFL Fever 2003. It is complete in box, and it was $2. So I don't know what it is about the original Xbox games now, but I think because it's even older and I don't see them as much. When I see one in nice condition, and $2, I had to pick it up. And then, really, guys, nothing special except for the fact that this just creeps me a little bit closer to my PS2 collection. But NFL 2K3, NBA Live 2005, these are all sports titles. I think you're only ever going to find sports titles at Goodwill from now on. I will be shocked if I ever find like a non-sports title there now. Major League Baseball 2K7, yeah, sports games, ESPN 2K5, and NHL 09. 2 different hockey genres. Yeah, that was it for the for Goodwill for the whole month. So yeah, I am definitely gonna go there less now. I'm just not as interested. It's not as fun. I used to find cool stuff. It's just not happening anymore. They have caught on to the whole reseller market, which I have mixed feelings on, but I think because of that, they've figured out they can make more money on their own, which is a bummer, but what are you gonna do? That's life. So then, what I've really been doing, where I've been having a great time lately, is Facebook Marketplace. You know, some people on there obviously have unrealistic expectations about what they're going to get for their games. But some people are very reasonable and I think are just trying to get rid of some of this older stuff. So, found some great deals. One, I saw listing a whole bunch of PS2 games, $5 a piece. I was like, okay, this is my wheelhouse. This is what I'm looking for. It turns out it was Pete from... He owns a pawn shop called the Trading Post out in Crystal Lake. If you're in Northern Illinois, check it out. He also has a YouTube channel called the Craigslist Hunter. I'll put that information right here if you want to check out his channel. He's got way more followers than me, so I'm not doing anything. He probably doesn't need me promoting it, but I like his channel a lot. It's really interesting to see the deals that he wheels with people. But anyways, they posted on Facebook Marketplace that they had games. So I went out to the his pawn shop. This is the second time I've been there. The first time they didn't have a lot of games, but he had a ton this time. And he said, you know, a lot of people are coming in and, you know, trading in their old stuff because they need money. So he had a huge inventory. So I did pick up a good stack of games from him. Great deals for $5 a piece. I couldn't complain. Some are, you know, like probably not super exciting for the most part, but once again, these helped me fill out my PS2 collection. So I'll just go through them quick because a lot of sports title stuff, but March Madness 2002, 2005, FIFA 2002. Oh, that light's in the way. Sorry, guys. Transformers. This one's cool. Revenge of the Fallen. Something not sports related, finally. Here's F1 Championship 2000. I love that they put all the years in the PS2 because just it kind of shows you how long that system was kicking and, like, you know, popular. I have games from 2000 all the way up to 2009 that they put the year in the title. I think that's pretty cool. Here's another poker game. I can't believe, I did not know that there were so many poker games. But this is Howard Lederer's Poker One. Oh, SingStar 80s. Fantastic. I do have the microphone, so someday I will get that out with my kids and have fun. The Mark of Cree. This was a cool one. This was one of the ones I was more excited to pick up because, once again, not a sports title. Something I'd actually pop in and play sometime. Tony Hawk's Downhill Jam. Another nice, pretty decent one. Cabela's Trophy Bucks. So somebody commented on one of my videos that there's like a ton more Cabela games than I knew. But, which is, I don't know how I feel about that. At first I was like, ugh. But then at the same time, I'm like, well, what does it matter how many there are? I want to get every game for the system. But this was cool to find this one. Very nice, clean copy. I like when I find the games that don't have a ton of stickers or residue on the case because I, like, clean all my games before I put them on the shelf. So I have, like, Rubbing Alcohol and Gooby Gone. So I'll put a movie on with, like, a stack of games and just, like, meticulously clean them. I usually miss, like, half of the movie because I'm cleaning these games up. But a lot of these were already super clean. Here's Rise of the Silver Surfer. That was a cool one to get for $5. Another cool one for $5 is Mace Griffith Bounty Hunter. Once again, guys, these are all complete. I only picked out the ones that were complete that I didn't have in my collection. Here's NCAA Game Breaker 2004. Here's another cool one, Splinter Cell Chaos Theory. Happy to add those. Another poker game, guys. I can't believe there's so many poker games. Here's another cool one, Acme Arsenal. Didn't have that. And then this last one actually is not from anywhere, really. I had the game, and I finally found a manual on eBay for, like, a decent price. What I mean decent is, like, $5 or $6. I get these games that cheap. I don't want to pay, like, $8 or $9 plus shipping on eBay to get a manual to complete a game. But I have, like, only one more game now sitting in the back of my basement that's for PS2 that's not complete. But I can't find the manual. Anyways, this one I finally found for $6 free shipping. I've been looking forever. Still more than I wanted to pay, but I just pulled the trigger. It's Headhunter. So that's finally complete. I can put that on the shelf with all the rest. Then the last two games I got from the Trading Post were two PS3 games. This first one is Hot Shots Golf Out of Bounds. Hot Shots it definitely is, not even probably. It's my favorite golf series for video games. I just love the Hot Shots series. I really wish they would do a more modern one. I love that you, like, in these games, you have to get good enough to beat a play or something to unlock, like, new characters, new outfits, new courses, or whatever it is. Like, all the DLCs built into the game, you have to earn it to get it. I miss that style of game, but these games are super lot of fun. Hot Shots 4 on PS2 is actually, I think, my favorite one of the series, but these games are all great. And then the other one I picked up, I don't know anything about this. I'm pretty sure it was a cartoon that I think I was too old, but Generator Rex Agent of Providence. And I just picked that up because it was super cheap, complete in box. And I was getting everything else, so I just threw it on. But yeah, those are the only PS3 titles I picked up. So I did get some Sega Genesis stuff. This is off Facebook Marketplace. Oh, no, okay. I'm getting ahead of myself. I got a Sega 32X, finally, for a decent price at the Midwest Gaming Classic. That was a system or add-on to a system I've wanted for a long time. I didn't have any 32X games, and I didn't really see anything at the show. I did buy that pretty late, so I wasn't really looking for the games. But I found this on eBay for $30. It's complete in box. The box is in kind of rough shape. Like, it's kind of, like, banged up a little bit, but it's an old cardboard box. It's still all here, and it is complete. It's the Star Wars arcade game. One of the guys I was with at the convention said that this is the game you have to get for the 32X. And I just wanted to make him happy. So I bought that one first. I'm going to play that soon. At least hook it up and try it. I'm just happy to have a 32X game. So the system's not sitting there with nothing to do. And then, from Facebook Marketplace, I did find one deal for Sega Genesis games. Nothing, like, super amazing, but he listed all 4 of these for $25. So they're like, it was like $6.25 a game, which is a good price for Sega Genesis games. Because, let's face it, game prices aren't getting any cheaper. But it's just Disney's Aladdin. Here's the Lion King. And this case is, I don't know how much it's going to show up in here, but there's like these weird, like, marks all along, and the back is kind of beat up, so not the greatest copy, but I gotta be honest, that doesn't really bother me for the older systems when they're a little beat up. It just shows that they were, like, how long they've been around. There's, like, history to it. Whatever. It doesn't bother me. It's just kind of weird. It has weird marks I've never seen before, and I can't figure out what made them. Anyways, this one was the one I think I was most excited out of all 4 of them, because I keep looking for these games, and they have a good price on eBay, and then right before the auction ends, they, like, jump up like $10, like, usually more than I think is reasonable to pay. But this is Echo, the Tides of Time. I used to love these games as a kid, playing them at my neighbor's house, my buddy that had the Genesis. I just thought there was something so cool about being a dolphin, and I thought the graphics looked amazing at the time, so I do have fondness for these games, but this is the first one I own now for all the Sega games back here. So I'm happy to have it. This last one, I didn't want to jerk this guy around because he put such a good price, but I already have this game, so I probably will, I don't know. I hate selling on eBay. I hate eBay. Like, I don't mind buying on eBay, obviously, but I don't like selling on it. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this. But it's a Taz, an Escape from Mars. I'm not going to keep it. It's in super great shape, but so is the copy I already have. So this one is definitely going to go for trade or sale. We're going to do something with it. I don't know. I'm not going to keep it. I don't want 2 copies of Sega Genesis games. Okay. The last bit is my Nintendo stuff. This is what I'm probably most excited about for the whole month. I got some awesome Nintendo stuff, and I'm just really pumped to show this stuff. Okay, so first of all, I used my what is it? The GameStop, my $5 off coupon for being a member. This was pre-owned, so it was $20. I used my my $5 off thing, and it was so like 15 plus tax. But it's Skullgirl's second Encore. It seems like a pretty cool fighter. I've heard positive things about this from people. It has like a hand-drawn style, and it's supposed to be pretty tight controls. So, yeah, something I can put in and beat up on my kids and make fun of them because they suck at fighting games. So, yeah, that was a cool get. I think it's not super common either, so I'm excited about that. Then this is the first game I actually bought after the convention because someone told me on Video Games Plus, which is a company from Canada, had these in stock. And I bought a couple of games from them before and always had a good experience. So I jumped on right away to buy this. I'm a huge SMT Persona fan. And I'm trying to work on that collection. I don't know if you can see it up here, but I've got most of the English release games. I have to work on some of the fighting games, but this was the only 3DS game I got. And as of right now, which is April 2003, God, 23, the 3DS games are just going insane. Actually, if you can go back to 2003 and find 3DS games, I bet they're insane. But this is SMT, the Apocalypse. It's still sealed. It's supposed to have the pins in here. It's I don't know if you can hear that. It shakes. I think they're in there. I haven't opened it yet, but I will because it's on the list of games I want to play. I actually play the SMT games. But yeah, I wanted to get that one while it was still even feasible to get it. It wasn't bad. I think I paid $75 with shipping USD. If I remember, it was right around there. I think it's still a good deal. You could probably find it cheaper if you are really good at hunting, but I think the price is only going to go crazy insane from there. So yeah, just wanted to get that one out of the way. Okay, so the last thing I've got to show you guys, this is what I'm most excited about, and I honestly believe this is the best deal or job I've got done finding video games since I started collecting a few years ago. It's been a couple of years, I believe. But this Facebook Marketplace deal was just like, I was so excited for it. I really didn't think it was going to happen. It was one of those things I'm like, no, this is not going to go through. But I went and picked the stuff up yesterday. I had to drive an hour away. And then, it was like a 2-minute interaction. I turned around and had to drive back. So it was a lot of driving, but totally worth it. Somebody listed a group of Super Nintendo games on Facebook Marketplace. And by the time I messaged them, they said, well, one of the games is already sold. And they had an empty box for Gradius. And she's like, that box is gone. I'm like, okay, like, could you give me any kind of discount then, since like it's not the full listing that you posted? She's like, yeah, I could give you $100, do it for $100, $100. I'm like, okay, sounds good to me. In my head, I'm like, that's a phenomenal deal. So I went and picked this up for $100. When I got there, she actually sent her brother to do the deal, which is totally fine. You got to be safe out there. You see a guy like this, you don't want to meet him alone in the streets. I get it. But in the bag, this was not part of the deal, but they had two of these SNES controllers, but they're the ones that are for the SNES Mini that came out. There's two of them. This one I'm assuming they didn't use because it's still tied up. This one it looks like they did. There was no Mini, but I told the guy, I'm like, those controllers were not part of the deal. He's like, well, I think she just wants to throw them in. I'm like, if you want to give them to me, that's fine. I didn't even realize they were for the Mini until I got home. I actually wish they were the original because I'd get more use out of those, but whatever, I have 2 extra mini controllers. I looked up the price on those already, and they're not worth anything. So I guess I have extra ones in case mine break, but we don't even use the mini that much, so whatever. Anyways, doesn't matter. Those were thrown in extra on top of this amazing deal already. So here's what I got. There are 9 games. Yeah, 9 games for $100. So it comes out to roughly like $11 a game. Let's just get to it. So the first one, I'm going to go in order of like least exciting to most exciting for me. So the first one is Super Mario World, and the back is kind of like faded a little bit, if you can see the color. The only reason this one is not exciting is because this is the only game out of this lot that I already own. So I'm not going to keep this. Once again, I will trade this, give it away, sell it. I don't know. I'm not going to keep 2 Super Mario Worlds in my collection. That would be silly. I don't need it. But still a great game. I just don't need 2 copies. Okay, so then the next game is Pitfall: The Mayan Adventure and The Jungle Book. I know this one has people have a lot of affinity for and say it's actually a pretty good platformer. I've never played it. I will definitely give it a shot. For $11 each, not a great deal on those, I'll admit. I think they go for less than 10 normally still, or at least I think that's what Price Train had them. So not phenomenal, but I don't have them in my collection, so I'm not even complaining. $11 for me for a Super Nintendo game is a good price because I never see them anywhere. Then the only reason this one's in the middle and not lower is because it's complete in box with the manual. It's Vegas Stakes, so another poker game. I'm guessing not one I'm gonna play, but it's cool that it's complete. I'm not gonna complain about that for $11. I don't think it matters if it's the cheapest, worst game on Super Nintendo. If it's complete in box, it's got to be worth at least $11, right? So yeah, I got that. Now, I know I hyped this up and that those are kind of lame so far, but it gets better and better. So the next one is the original Star Fox in great shape. I don't own this. I'm super excited to have it. Star Fox 64 is one of my favorite 64 games. So yeah, to add this one, I'm very excited about that. Now, here's the last 4. Here's Super Street Fighter 2. I have a lot of memories playing Street Fighter 2 with the guys in the neighborhood when we were kids. oh my God, we played, I don't think we were allowed to have Mortal Kombat right away because, you know, back then it was very controversial. So we were allowed to have Street Fighter, and we loved that. We had like so many like, you know, days where we just were super competitive. Never got like bad where we got fought with each other, but we got really competitive and we wanted to, you know, always be the best. So Super Street Fighter, I don't know exactly what's different. I think it's just more characters, but I'm not sure. But once again, this is a game that I do love playing the older fighters on Super Nintendo, Genesis. Those are like the best fighting games to me because those are what I grew up playing. So very excited to have that. And once again, for $11, I think this, even though this, you know, cart alone goes for more than that. And the last three I think are like the big bangers. Here's Illusion of Gaia, a game I've really wanted to own. I want to play this. So yeah, when I saw this in the listing, super excited. Okay, here we go. Last two. This one comes with, actually it's the only one that had a manual, okay? But this is the original ActRaiser. Just, wow. To get this for $11, plus the manual, no box, but that's fine. It's got like a line down the middle, but it's in pretty good shape otherwise. I mean, for, you know, a manual that's 30 plus years old, how can you complain? But yeah, once again, hopefully I find time to, you know, play that one. I've heard really good things about those games. Super excited. So this last one, oh, and this one I think goes for like, just cart alone is $40. So with the manual, I mean, I'm already, you know, well above the $11 mark that I bought it for. So this last game, I will admit, I didn't know what it was, but I saw Atlas on the cover, and I'm a huge Atlas fan. I like collecting Atlas games. I feel like even their games that aren't as polished or as good are still better than like the average game. And I just like collecting for that, having random Atlas games hidden throughout my collection. I just like pulling, you know, having those. So anyways, I looked it up online to find out what the game was afterwards. It looks really cool. The gameplay looks cool. So I'm actually going to try this one out soon. And it also, the most shocking thing to me is because something I wasn't aware of this game. I've never heard of it before. I think loose, it goes for over $100, like $110 or something, which is just bananas because I paid $100 less than that. But it is called Run Saber. So it is, I don't even know how to describe it. I will actually do gameplay of this one sometime, but man, I was just super excited to pick this, you know, a couple of these games at the end. So yeah, video game hunting is hard around where I live, and finding good deals like that doesn't happen. So, you know, between like ActRaiser and Illusion of Gaia and then this Run Saber, to get this deal where I paid $100 for games that probably total closer to 200 total. So I got them for like half off, including, you know, a couple that I overpaid a couple of bucks, but that you know, totally makes up for how much the value I got for the you know, higher end Super Nintendo games. And I just was super excited when I picked those up. I was like, my heart was beating super hard when I got back in the car. I didn't believe it was real for me, but I was so pumped because some very cool games, definitely a little more hard to get, especially nowadays. And yeah, it's getting harder and harder to find those games out there. So I was very excited. Anyways, guys, that's it. That's all my pickups for the month. Not all. I mean, obviously, that's a ton. Plus, if you hadn't watched my last video about the Midwest video game pickups, please do watch that one. I think that one actually has more views than any pickup video I've ever gotten. So if you're watching this channel, you've probably already watched that one. But yeah, lots of cool stuff. I'm super stoked to add all this to my collection. And thank you guys so much for watching another video. I know they're long and I gotta cut them down, but I just talk too much, I feel. Anyways, guys, that's it for this one. I'll see you in the next video. Okay, so curiosity got the better of me. Since I paid, well, I didn't pay a lot for the games, but I got a phenomenal deal. I just want to see if the higher-end Super Nintendo games I picked up actually work. Just to verify, I put in a game I know works. Here's Donkey Kong Country. So I'm just going to pop in Run Saber, Illusion of Gaia, and ActRaiser. I just want to see if these games actually work. I didn't say when I first did the video, but all the games I picked up had like a layer of dust on them. So I think the girl and her brother found these like in a closet or something, which is another reason they probably didn't know the prices. So I always clean the games up before I do the videos, but I just want to see if they work now. So we're going to give this a give this a shot. All right, let's do Illusion of Gaia first. Moment of truth. Hey, all right. All right, that's good. So I've never played this game. So someday, probably when I retire, because I work 60 hours a week, I will have time to give this a go. Oh, okay, looks like everything's working. Fantastic. All right, we're gonna test the next one. Let's do ActRaiser. And they did cut two of them, had this little dust sleeve. I'm gonna order, there's like little plastic cases that you can put the games in. I'm gonna get a bunch of those. All right, here we go. Here's ActRaiser. Uh-oh. Oh no! Might have to try to hit this one with some cleaner. And this is one that had the dust cover on too. Okay, so that's not working. I'll come back to that. I'll try to clean that one. And then last says Run Saber. Oh no. We're not getting either of these to run. The ones that were the most protected. All right, let's try it again. Got nothing. All right, I'm gonna try to clean it with some isopropyl alcohol, see if I can get the pins cleaned up, and we'll try it again. All right, and we're back. Just a minute later, all I did was take this long Q-tip. It did get some gunk off of the pins. And I just used pretty straight up normal isopropyl alcohol just to clean them off. And we're gonna give this a shot. I'm super nervous now because I really want these games to work. All right, here we go. Oh, okay. At least, okay, ActRaiser's working. Oh my God. Oh, what a relief. I was so excited. I'm like, no, the best two don't work. Okay, ActRaiser's working. All we have to do is test out, and I will be very sad if this doesn't work, but let's check Run Saber. I actually really, after watching gameplay, I really wanted to play this. Okay, everyone cross your fingers. Oh, yes! Yes! Okay, guys, if the games don't work right away, before you freak out and cry on the inside, hit it with isopropyl alcohol. Just a little dab on a Q-tip. As you can see, I did get a decent amount of dust off of here. That little dark spots on there. So just had to clean the pins up, and they work. Oh, thank God. Okay, guys, have a good one.